There you go.
Hey! Happy birthday!
Whose birthday is it, Takanko?
They wish to remain anonymous.
Oh, somebody anonymous. I haven't known a lot of moose personas.
Just like a couple of characters in fiction there. I believe it was in Great Expectations and in A Christmas Carol.
There was a moose in A Christmas Carol?
No, not a moose.
You said it was a anonymous.
Anywhoozle, happy birthday! Today is February 8th, which means these things happened on the day you were born in history. Starting in 1672, wow, that's a long time ago, Isaac Newton reads the first optics paper before the Royal Society in London.
Oh.
Then, much later, in 1855, the Devil's Footprints, hoof-like marks mysteriously appear for over 60 kilometers after a southern... darn it, what is the thing? Can we scroll? Huh? Why isn't it...
oh, you're talking about... Oh, why did you say something?
I just noticed it. Oh, no. Can we scroll? Okay, there we go. So, the Devil's Footprints, hoof-like marks that mysteriously appear for over 60 kilometers after a snowfall in southern Devon, England. In 1910, the Boy Scouts of America is incorporated by William D. Boyce. In 1912, the first eastbound U.S. transcontinental flight lands in Jacksonville, Florida.
Transcontinental, huh?
Yeah, that means across the entire country.
Oh my gosh, am I across the entire country too?
You're a bird. You could if you wanted to. In 1922, radio arrives at the White House. Can you believe that? There was a time before even radio was in the White House.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Not that radio.
Oh.
In 1926, the Disney Brothers cartoon studio becomes Walt Disney Studios. Can you believe it? I had no idea Walt Disney Studios went by a different name.
Yeah, he had a brother?
Yeah, I also didn't know he had a brother. Lionel, you happen to know anything about this, leave a comment. I know you live down there near where Disney is, so. Then in 1929, KOYAM in Phoenix, Arizona begins radio transmissions. In 1930, Happy Days Are Here Again by Benny Madoff hits #1.
Oh, the billionaire that stole billions.
No, that's Bernie Madoff.
Oh, wait, what was this one?
The song is Happy Days Are Here Again.
Happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. Something, 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 no words I don't know. Happy days are here again.
Wow, you totally didn't butcher that.
I didn't. You would think that I was this Bernie Madoff guy.
Benny Madoff.
Oh.
In 1933, the first flight of an all-metal Boeing 247.
Oh, what did they make it out before? What did they make planes from before that?
I would suppose wood.
Oh, wood?
Wood! In 1944, the first African-American reporter credited to the White House, Harry McAlpin.
Huh, interesting.
In 1945, Paul Brown agrees to coach the new American football expansion team in Cleveland, which would later be named the Cleveland Browns after their coach.
Oh, see, I honestly never knew that.
Same.
I always wondered why, they do have brown uniforms, but they don't always have brown hats.
I mean...
And I was why?
That definitely always baffled me as to why that was their name. It didn't really match any of the other kinds of teams. I don't know. Maybe I figured it was a Native American thing. I have no idea.
Yeah, they named Cleveland, or they at least spoke fun at the similarity to the Family Guy character of Cleveland Brown. Mm-hmm. And he is actually a fan, canonically, of the Cleveland Browns.
Really? I didn't know that. I mean, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
In 1960, the Boston Celtic Bill Russell becomes the first NBAer with 51 rebounds. I have no idea if that's a significant number anymore these days, but apparently it was in 1960. In 1965, the Supremes released the single "Stop in the Name of Love."
Stop in the name of love. Before you break my heart. I'm way off key because I can't sing. I'm not a songbird. I'm a talking bird.
Then in 1968, Planet of the Apes premieres in New York City.
Oh.
Damn you! Damn you all to hell! Right? Isn't that from that movie?
Yes. It is. That's the final line. You ruined it. That's the final line of the movie.
Tell them. I mean, it's from 1968. If you haven't seen it or hear about it, you need to get over it. 1974, TV sitcom Good Times, spin-off from Maude, starring Estelle Roll, John Amos, and J.J. Walker, premieres on CBS TV.
I gotta say, I had never watched Maude,
Then there's Maude.
Yeah, I eventually heard the theme song, but I used to watch Good Times because I would get up early and it was on. It was on TV early in the morning, so I watched a lot of Good Times.
Dynamite.
Wasn't that James Amos that was in the?
It was John Amos, according to this.
Yeah, John Amos. He was in the Die Hard movie. I think the second one with the airplane.
Was he?
Yeah, because he played Florida. Did I have the right person, or did I just screw the names up?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The dad's name was Florida.
Okay.
And there was a scene in the second Die Hard movie, the one with the plane.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, aren't you the father from Good Times? And it was the same actor.
Huh. I'm going to need to rewatch that for that scene. Look for that scene.
And he's not an insignificant, he's one of the major guys in the movie. So, yeah.
Weird. So anyhow, what do we leave out? 1974, Ringo Starr releases a cover of You're 16 as a single in the UK, originally released by Johnny Burnett in 1960.
Yeah. I always used to think of song covers as being, really, like, oh, yeah, it's like that song was made 20 years ago. I was like, no, sometimes it's a lot shorter. Although this is 14. Some songs are only like a year, so it's only 14.
I always thought you were going to say, it's like, what are you doing singing somebody else's song? Sing one of your own.
Yeah, I know, right? I agree with your mentality.
And then in 1976, Taxi Driver, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Robert De Niro and Jodie Foster, is released, and it wins the Palme d'Or.
Oh, that's what you eat before a meal, yeah? Palme d'Ors?
You trying to say hors d'oeuvres?
Ah!
Sorry if I killed the joke.
I like seed.
In 1978, proceedings of the United States Senate are broadcast on the radio for the first time ever.
That is wild to think that it was 1978.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, for some people that was a long time ago, but honestly, given our level of technology, even then, that is so wild that it took that long.
I mean, it's possible they hadn't decided whether or not the public has a right to be privy to this sort of thing.
That's okay.
Considering, courtrooms don't allow any photographers, they have to have a court sketcher to draw what's happening in the court. So, it's a similar kind of thing, I would say. I guess at some point in 1978, they decided, hey, the American public deserves to find out, know what happens in the Senate. In 1983, Wayne Gretzky sets an NHL All-Star record of 4 goals in only one period.
That is crazy. If you ever watch hockey, you'll understand why that is insane. I've seen games, granted I don't watch it much, but I've seen games where they might only score 4 goals. So for him to do it in one period is amazing.
Isn't it also similar in soccer? Doesn't that usually have low scoring games?
Soccer sometimes has no scoring games.
Yeah.
So yeah, soccer. If you're looking for a game with a lot of points,
don't go for soccer or hockey.
But soccer does have some impressive athletics.
Indeed.
That's one.
Not saying anything bad about soccer, but yeah, if you're looking for high scores or high scoring games, definitely go for other.
Go for basketball.
Basketball, baseball sometimes. Yeah.
Baseball sometimes, but if you're
basketball for sure.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Speaking of baseball.
Yes, in 1983, baseball orders Mickey Mantle to sever ties with Claridge Casino.
Yeah.
Who knew? He was in with the casinos, or at least that one. The next
also
year,
starring Robert De Niro.
Oh, good one. The following year, in 1984, the 14th Winter Olympic Games opened in Sarajevo, Yugoslavia.
I thought they have relatives there.
It's kind of weird to think that the Winter Olympics are that young.
Yeah,
Like the regular Olympics have been around since a long, long time ago.
Yeah, so in 1984 we were dealing with 14. Of course, that was back then. It was every 4 years. So.
Oh, really? Did they change how many years it happened?
Yeah, it used to be Olympics were every 4 years. And eventually, I want to say it was in the 90s, but I could be mistaken. Don't hold me to it. But they split it up, and the Summer Olympics are held every 4 years, and the Winter Olympics were held every 4 years, but they stagger it. So you do Summer Olympics, 2 years later Winter Olympics, 2 years later Summer Olympics.
That was what I understood.
Yeah. Well, it used to be all together.
I didn't even think about it, but yeah, between each Winter Olympics is 4 years, and between each Summer Olympics is 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all in the way you look at it.
Yep. So,
so next we have in 1984. Also in 1984, it's the first time 8 people were in space. Kind of hard to think that at one point 8 was the highest number of people that were in outer space.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Nowadays, how many people are in outer space? Probably a lot more.
I couldn't tell you, but honestly, probably not as much as you'd think. With funding for certain programs.
Yeah, I guess nowadays. But for a time, I had a feeling there was probably a lot more than 8 people in space at any given time. Anyhow, in 1986, the year I was born, U.S. Male Figure Skating Championship won by Brian Boitano.
Yes. Most people our age probably know him from South Park. I mean, yes.
South Park, the movie, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Well,
what would Brian Boitano do?
Yes, but he was also in, what was it, The Spirit of Christmas? The very first Christmas card, yep.
He was in that. Oh man!
Yeah, and he was included in the intro for at least the first season.
I think I vaguely recall that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like at least a couple seasons? Or was it only the first one?
No, it was probably a few seasons. Look,
it's been a while.
South Park's been on forever.
For what? 20 years now. 25,
crazy.
I think.
It's crazy to think it's been so long.
I'm not even sure. I've lost track. But yeah, South Park, definitely great series. Just finally came back with new episodes last week.
Yeah, problematic at times.
Tomorrow is another new episode. So yeah, where were we?
There's a new episode on Thursdays?
Today's Tuesday.
Oh, today's Tuesday? Oh, I don't know how
Tuesday,
to
February 8th. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
I don't know how to calendar. That's why I missed my appointment.
I'm sorry.
All right. What's the next one?
Also in 1986, the crime film A Better Tomorrow starring Yun Fat Chow premieres in Hong Kong.
See, I'm wondering, is that like a different way to write Chow Yun Fat? I only ask because it's all the same name, just in a different order.
It might be. I should have checked. Maybe I'll try looking it up and leaving it in the comments there. But yeah. It's quite possible. I know that a lot of Asian names read the last name first or the first name last, something like that. Anyhow, in 1990, 60 Minutes commentator Andy Rooney is suspended by CBS for racial remarks attributed to him by a gay magazine.
It's crazy.
The website I got this from didn't happen to mention what gay magazine though.
Yeah,
but I just thought that was pretty wild.
It's pretty wild.
Especially in 1990.
Yes, 1990. Like, the gay rights movement has, or even we could say the LGBTQIA plus community and movement, this is definitely a thing that would happen nowadays.
Yes,
but in 1990, it was a different world.
I mean, it says racial remarks, but not homophobic remarks or anything. So I have no idea what that was about. But
oh, that's true. Yeah,
still seems like a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ruining it.
It's okay. In 1991, Roger Clemens signs a record $5,380,250 per year Red Sox contract.
Yeah, that is
quite a bizarre number there.
It is a wild amount. They have some bizarre ways of calculating.
Indeed, they must.
And let me tell you, nowadays, yeah, that would, while that's nothing to scoff at,
Indeed.
that is not what a professional athlete makes these days. Big
Yeah, I mean,
one.
obviously, you'd have to account for inflation.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
91.
Some people you get 3 million. There was a time where you'd get 3 million just for signing. You don't even have to play.
Oh, wow.
You just got to sign on the team for a couple years.
Wow. Okay, next, the following year, 1992, I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred peaks at number 1. I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts.
My mom had that on cassette, and the A side was the regular was what we knew, and the B side was the Spanish version.
Really?
Yeah.
I have heard some wild stories about B-sides.
Yeah, I just remember the other side was another, like, I'm pretty sure, oh my gosh.
There's some pretty neat B-sides. One of my favorites has got to be this one where the B-side is the A-side, but played backwards. Like, it's, they're coming to take me away, haha. You know, you get the idea.
Yeah.
It's played backwards. The whole thing is just reversed.
I had quite a few where the B-side was just instrumental.
The song is just that ridiculous. They made that the B-side. Who knows? Also in 1992, in the 16th Winter Olympic Games opens in Albertville, France.
Ah.
I didn't even know there was an Albertville, France.
Yeah, I wonder if they have a prince there.
Prince Albertville? Prince of Albertville? Also in 1992, geez, a lot of things happened on this day in 1992. Ulysses spacecraft passes Jupiter.
Ah, I have an uncle, Yuli.
Really?
I'm like, Mom, what is Yuli? What is that short for? She's like, Ulysses. I'm like, how does a Filipino end up with a name like Ulysses?
Oh, your bird ancestors are Filipino?
Some of them.
Okay, interesting.
Some are from Spain.
People are learning things about both of us today.
Ah.
Then in 1994, Jack Nicholson uses a golf club to attack a car. Sports history?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's literally what it said on the website.
He told the reporters, like, wait till they get a load of me. Right? That's Jack Nicholson, right?
Yeah. It was the Joker. 1996, the U.S. Congress passes the Communications Decency Act. I'm not entirely sure. That might be like the V-chip era. Because I want to say that was around the time that South Park the movie came out, which dealt with the V-chip.
That was, I believe, was it during the Clinton administration?
Yeah, it was 96.
I do remember.
Pretty sure.
There were a couple things that happened with it. There was this thing about children's programming having a certain amount of educational content.
Yeah, that could be in there.
It was actually like put out in the early 90s. It might not be
in there.
Yeah,
we're just throwing out unrelated info.
It was like early 90s. Like, hey, you got to watch what you do, and then everybody like screw that. And then it took a few more years before the government's like, look, you got to start doing this. And that was right around that time.
Yeah, there was a time where all children's programming had to have at least some kind of educational benefit. And that was when a lot of shows started introducing music numbers that taught you stuff. Oh. And I thank a lot of those for helping me graduate.
Yeah, well, all right.
I didn't used to be as into all this historical stuff growing up. I failed history and was doomed to repeat it.
Okay, this video is for someone.
Sorry. Anyhow, in 1996, the massive internet collaboration 24 Hours in Cyberspace takes place, creating a digital time capsule of online life. Pretty cool.
Fascinating. I know the internet.
In 1997, the 28th NAACP Image Awards, A Time to Kill wins Outstanding Motion Picture.
Awesome.
In 1998, Finland beats Sweden 6-0 at the Aqua Wing Arena in Nagano, Japan. The first female ice hockey game played in Olympic history.
Well, I like the thing about females, but you know what I like most? Are these aqua wings. Do you suppose flying fish have aqua wings? Or is it just a regular bird that dives into the water like a seagull or something?
One thing I would say is I distinctly remember Nagano being the first time I ever had heard about the Olympics happening as a kid, and like remembered the name because it's such an interesting name. Plus, I ended up loving Japanese stuff. 2002, the 19th Winter Olympic Games opens in Salt Lake City, Utah, United States. I don't know why the article happened to add that. I think that's pretty self-evident.
Yeah, we're in the Olympics. Just so you're all aware, you might not know, the Winter Olympics are happening right now.
Yeah.
But thanks to things like the Super Bowl and COVID.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Super Bowl's coming up.
Yeah, it's this upcoming Sunday.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's just a couple days.
Do you think the Atlanta Falcons or the Denver Broncos? Probably not.
I only know that it's the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals, and something else. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I could go on. All I'll say is, somebody at work was
sports team.
Yeah, somebody at work's like, yeah, it's been like 30 years since they were in the playoffs, and I'm like, I watched them in the playoffs. And I'm like,
sports team.
30 years ago? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm so old.
Sports team.
Okay, anyway.
Okay. Where are we? 2006, the 48th Grammy Awards, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and John Legend win.
Oh, yeah, he made a cameo on Simon Rivera's Christmas special.
Oh, wow. In 2008, Nebraska bans the electric chair as a sole execution method.
Shocking.
Indeed. In 2009, the 62nd British Film and Television Awards, the BAFTAs, Slumdog Millionaire wins Best Film, and Danny Boyle wins Best Director.
Ooh.
And in 2014, slopestyle snowboarding event makes the Olympic debut at the Sochi Winter Games. Yet another Olympics that I definitely remember hearing about. And American Sage Kotzenberg is the inaugural men's gold medalist.
Go USA!
Woo!
USA!
USA! USA!
Wait a minute. Is this person from the U.S.?
Could be.
Okay. And
in 2016, late night talk show Full Frontal with Samantha Bee debuts on TBS.
Oh, I have a book of hers, and I have yet to read it.
Oh. Maybe you should someday.
I should.
In 2018, Noriaki Kasai of Japan becomes the first athlete in history to participate in 8 Winter Olympics in the ski jumping qualification prior to the Pyongyang Games. Excuse me, the Pyeongchang Games. I mixed up my Chinese words there. Sorry to any Chinese viewers watching this.
We're not. I actually do have Chinese in my family.
Oh wow!
Not by blood.
Hopefully they're doing okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In 2018, Twitter reports its first quarterly profit as a public company. Hard to believe it was only that long ago.
Yeah, it's only a couple of years.
I mean, I actually heard in a game show that tweet was actually added to the dictionary like earlier than they usually accept new words, new word definitions, because of how popular tweeting became.
Yeah, everybody's jumping on the bandwagons. I grew up tweeting, okay?
Indeed.
I grew up tweeting long before it was cool.
Tweetly deet.
Chirp.
In 2019, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos accuses the National Enquirer and its owner, American Media Inc., of blackmail over private messages detailing an extramarital affair.
Yeah, I believe there's still, lawsuits take a long time. I think they're still dealing.
So there you go. It's pretty recent news. But the most recent news, just last year, 2021, South Africa halts the rollout of Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine after research into the South African variant showed no protection against mild and moderate illness.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, I definitely remember that being a thing with there being a one of the different versions of the vaccine you could take was being rapidly pulled, and that was at a time where I was like a little hesitant to get my shot right away. I wanted to make sure I got whatever one was best, and that kind of proved that I was. Good thing I did.
Hit me with your best shot. Dun, 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 dun. Hit me with your best shot. Send COVID away.
Oh, yeah.
Bye. Have a nice flight.
Okay. So now that we're done with this day in history, we're moving on to birthdays. All right, so let's see here. I kind of have them a little mixed up order here. The oldest we have on the list, James Dean, born in 1931. He was only 24 when he died. It's hard to believe he was that young. He was somehow still alive. He'd be 91 today.
Oh, Jimmy Dean. James Dean. Yeah, did you know, I'd heard a story that he was effectively Pan.
Really?
Yeah, that he basically was one of those people who just did not care. He did what he wanted, and if he felt like being with a guy, it didn't matter to him. It was just like whatever.
That's kind of brave for, let's see, what was it, 30, 40, 50, like 1950s.
Yeah, he was, I mean, it's a great story. I don't know if it's true, but I want to believe it.
He died in 1955, if I did the math right. Mm-hmm. So yikes! That way back in the time of Back to the Future, where Marty traveled to.
That is the story. I love it. I hope it's true. I hope it's true.
I mean, I would presume it must have been before he died. It would have to have been before he died, so even younger than 1955. Anywho,
that's where the mortis sets in.
Don't scroll. John Williams, famous composer. I believe he did the Star Wars theme, right?
Yeah, he was one of the composers.
As well as
there was Danny Elfman, but
didn't he do Indiana Jones as well?
Yeah, and you know what else he did? He did Jurassic Park.
There you go. That's the one I was trying to think of.
They were playing some of his music when we went to Canopy Lake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember that was at the thing, and they were doing the thing with the fireworks show. They were playing
okay.
John Williams music.
Well, anyway, he was born in 1932, and today he turns 90.
Yeah,
Can you believe he's still alive?
I know when he was. I saw Sakanka writing that. I'm like, oh, that's how old he is, or would have been. He's like, no, he's still alive.
There's one above.
What?
There's one above that.
Is there?
Yes. There you go. All right. So let's see here. Next is Vince Neil. He was born in 1961. He's the lead singer for Motley Crue. Mm-hmm. He turned 61 today.
I forget how old Motley Crue is. I grew up listening to stuff like that, and
and know any big songs by Motley Crue? I can't think of any. I mean, I definitely heard of them.
There are plenty, but of course, their drummer definitely is a bit more. You're more familiar with the drummer, yeah. Tommy Lee.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that name too.
Yeah.
All right, next we have is Gary Coleman, who was born in 1968. Sadly, he died. He's 42 when he died, and if he were alive today, he'd be 54. Mm-hmm. I believe he had some kind of form of dwarfism. Yeah, I'm not entirely. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say that I heard that he had some kind of condition.
He did.
I mean, he got his start as a child actor.
Yeah.
But it turns out he was always going to stay small.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a shame he didn't manage to make more of a career out of it. He did hang around a little bit.
Right. He did some bit parts here and there.
That's what I'm saying. He never got bit parts after his early days.
I think he got, considering the time period he came from. I mean, think about a lot of the other people from that time period. A lot of them went the same route, if they were lucky.
So yeah, if he was alive today, he'd be turning 54. Next, we have Stephanie Courtney, who was born in 1970. You know her better as Flo from Progressive.
My goodness. I did not realize. I guess I just never knew her name.
Yeah, I mean...
I've seen her in some things outside of those commercials.
I believe when I was looking her up, she is apparently a member of a comedy troupe. Ah. But yeah, she got her big break doing those ads for Progressive, and everybody knows her as Flo from Progressive. I wonder how many times she gets stopped and say, "Hey, it's Flo!" And it's like, no, my name is Stephanie.
She looks quite a bit different without the makeup.
She turns 52.
Ah.
Speaking of makeup, there's all those ads where she plays like half a dozen other characters.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they just take the makeup or say, look, I'm saying she is freaking beautiful, I think. I think she looks freaking great.
Indeed.
And she's funny.
And she's turning 52 today.
Yeah, and you know, 52, we should all be so lucky to look
I know,
so good.
Right? I wish I looked that good.
She doesn't look. I know they put makeup on her, but she looks so good for 52.
So next we have
30.
Big Show, born Paul White. That's Wight.
Yeah.
He was born in 1972, and today he turns 50.
Yes,
The
yeah.
big 5-0 for the big show.
Yeah. He was in The Waterboy, and he was in...
Really?
Yeah, he was a wrestler on that The Waterboy. You
Oh,
saw something
really?
you idolized? Is that
I
right?
did not know that.
Yeah, and...
He was Captain Insano?
Yeah, yes! Oh, you remember!
I remember the weirdest details, but I
Yeah.
did not know who played him.
And probably one of my... Certainly my brother's, one of his favorite movies, he was the giant Santa Claus in the factory and Jingle All the Way.
Yep.
The only person that could, like, make Arnold Schwarzenegger look small. It was pretty...
Yeah, what was his
good.
line there?
I don't remember. He said something like, "Why don't you pick on someone your own size, bub?" And he, like, snaps his suspenders,
Yep.
and he's not wearing his shirt because he's...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's just I love
Yeah.
Paul. You know what? And Paul White
Also,
is such a sweetheart. If you ever listen to any of his interviews,
Also, the guy who played Mini-Me,
Yes, Vern
Vern Troyer was the tiny little Santa in that scene.
he was little buddy.
Yes.
Little buddy.
Yeah, definitely one of the more underrated Christmas movies. If you haven't seen it for a while, this Christmas you should totally watch that movie. It's worth it.
I would disagree only to say that I think it's exactly right. But that's another video.
Oh,
That's another
okay,
video.
well, we can do that.
We're gonna do a Christmas video.
Christmas in July, maybe.
Ooh, maybe.
We can do that.
Okay.
That way we don't have to wait all the way until December. Especially considering, we tend to get really busy around that time and end up not being able to
Real hard
do
to
stuff.
shoot then.
Anyhow, next we have two more people, both who were born in 1974. Kimbo Slice, MMA fighter.
Mhm.
He turns 48. And actor Seth Green turns 48.
That is pretty awesome. I did not realize that I was separated by so few years from Seth Green. I mean, a few years.
Seth Green, please get Mike Myers to make Austin Powers 4 before you age out of the role.
Yeah, I don't think he can. I think if he was 80 years old and wanted to do that, well, I guess if he was 80
Mike
years
Myers, like, I actually don't know how old Mike Myers is, but I'm guessing he's older than Seth.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, that's fascinating. Who doesn't enjoy Seth Green? You get your Robot Chicken.
Yes, I was gonna say,
Family
they're
Guy.
still doing Robot Chicken,
Mhm.
and he's still doing Family Guy.
Yeah, yep. And
Well,
he
he's
was in
definitely
that
still
weird,
doing-
the one Weird Al video. What was it?
Really?
White and Nerdy. Remember when he's like, "Oh, my action figures are cherry."
Oh, that's right! He was! Oh my goodness!
All of my action figures are cherry as well.
What? No, they're not.
What are you talking about? Come on, don't ruin the
Cherry
illusion.
means they're mint on card.
I thought it just meant they're in perfect shape.
I'm pretty sure saying your action figures are cherry means they're mint on card.
But in the video, they weren't on card. They were on a display shelf. Alexa.
They're pens in your pocket. You must protect them. You protect the pocket, not your pens.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about...
The song's kind of making a joke that he's so nerdy he doesn't even know why things are the way
Okay,
they are.
well, you know what? I'm going to look it up after. Leave a comment down below
Yes.
and tell Sikanko he's wrong.
Tell me, leave a comment if anything I have said in this video is incorrect.
Cherry. I'm
And you
telling
if you happen to know anything about any of the facts,
Unicron.
let us know.
Like, for example, Unicron. Fresh out of the box, he's cherry. Perfect shape.
Okay, maybe.
Leave a comment down below, and then we'll do another video.
They're mint in box. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Happy birthday, anybody who was born on February 8th. And we'll see you in the next video, which is going to be about A&E, where we're going next week.
A&E?
Yeah, Anthem New England.
Oh.
So we're going to be doing a video for First Week Friday about our plans for Anthem New England
I'm going to have to get my
2022.
skin suit.
Bye. Happy
Bye.
birthday!
Bye. Happy birthday. Hope you have fun.